So you want to learn how to master electric. Don't worry, you came to the right place. In this video, I'm going to go through Wind God Fist, Electric Wind God Fist, and Perfect Electric Wind God Fist, how you do Wind God Fist and master the latter, and I'm going to be giving you guys some very common mistakes that people make and how to fix them and improve. All of this is going to be in 10 minutes or less because I believe electric is not something that you need to watch a video on, but practice. I want to give you the tools to be able to practice correctly and efficiently so you can start building good habits now. Let's not waste any more time and jump straight into it. First things first, I got my command history here and I want to show you the Wind God Fist and how you do it so we can go ahead and just get the easiest part out of the way. Forward, neutral, down, down, forward is how you get a crouch dash. Think of crouch dash as a stance in this sense and you can get tons of different moves from it. From this point forward, anytime I say CD, crouch dash, I mean forward, neutral, down, down, forward. One of the moves from CD that's very important is CD2 or Wind God's Fist. Wind God Fist on its own is really bad at -10 and is still a high property just like electric, so if your opponent is quick enough, they can duck it and punish it. Now the difference between Wind God Fist and an electric is the input of 2 and where you put it. During the CD animation, after you press the down forward input, at any point during the crouch dash animation, if you press 2, you will get a Wind God Fist. To not get Wind God Fist and get the superior electric Wind God Fist, all you need to do is hit 2 on the very first frame of down forward. This cannot be a frame before or a frame after. This has to be on the very first frame that down forward has been inputted. Now, a large misconception that a lot of people have, and the biggest problem that I've noticed that people have when hitting electric, is that you need to do it quickly. This is not the case whatsoever. As you can see here, I'm just inputting forward over and over again to get misstep, this weird like forward step, side step that Kazuya does. Notice how in misstep, I can still, as long as I do down forward 2, input the electric. This is literally just because I have plenty of frames of neutral in the middle, that 10 frames of nothing that we see, and directly above that we have 1 frame of down, and exactly on the same frame I hit down forward, I've hit 2. Also keep in mind that you technically do not need the down input. You can do the down input if it makes it easier for you, but you can also just get electric if you just do forward, neutral, down, forward 2, which is, in my opinion, significantly easier. I wanted to show you guys my controller, but I have a Korean lever and I don't have any indications on my stick on what direction is which, so because there's no gate and sound indication, there wouldn't be really much that I can show you that you can run off of. But I truly don't believe that you need to see somebody physically inputting this move for you to start fixing your mistakes and consistently hitting electric. The reasons that you're hitting electric can be tons of different things, and I'll go over a couple of these right now, but the best thing about this is if you have your input history here, it'll tell you exactly where you went wrong, and the move that comes out instead will also tell you exactly what went wrong. Let's go ahead and get into that now. One of the more common ones I see consistently is down forward 2, and the biggest reason as to why you're getting down forward 2 is 2 reasons. One, if it's after a block stun move, or it's after you've already used a move. It could be because you can't buffer electric and your forward input got eaten during the block stun or after you did the move. If that's the case, obviously it would just be a simple case of waiting a little bit longer, but if you're sitting here standing in practice mode like I am trying to get electric and you're getting down forward 2, the biggest reason that I've noticed besides that is people usually don't do a frame of neutral. You're either doing the move too quickly, you're not letting it reset to neutral long enough, or again, you're just not inputting a forward input or it's getting eaten. If you're getting something like this where you just get a dick jab instead, usually it's because you've pressed 2 a little too quickly, and it usually would have came out on the down input. There's 2 ways that you can negate this. Either 1, just simply press 2 slower, or 2, start trying to work in your muscle memory, cutting out that down input completely. Sometimes I still get it accidentally, as you've probably seen a couple of times in the command history already, but if you're purposefully trying to do the forward, neutral, down, down, forward input and you keep getting a dick jab, I would highly recommend trying to practice forward, neutral, down, forward 2. I wanted to save this one for the very last part because this is by far, I believe, the most common problem that I will see across the board in general when people are trying to learn electrics. And that is, well, kind of what I've already talked about, the misplacement of the 2 button and not getting on the first frame of down forward. There's a mental trick that you can use to completely get rid of all of this and usually get you very consistent electrics. What's going on is your brain is trying to learn something that it's never learned before and is taking longer to process information to make sure that it understands it. Because of this, you're using two different hands to do two different actions. One, a crouch dash input, which if you've never played a character that has quarter circle backs, or you've never done crouch dashes, or you don't come from a Street Fighter background, this might seem extremely alien, and moving your stick or anything around a bunch of things to get an input for a move might feel really alien to you. Because of this, your motor functions might be a little slower than normal because, again, your brain is trying to process information. A good example is when I was learning electric, I would just get Wind God Fist or just down twos over and over again. Because of this, I started thinking about when I inputted the neutral input, so forward neutral, during that neutral, I would start moving my hand downwards to start the pressing of two. Not before, not during the down and then into the down forward, not right as my stick is coming down into the down forward input, but specifically going to press the two as soon as neutral has been reset and I'm going for that down forward two. If the explanation seemed kind of confusing and really doesn't make much sense, just think about it literally as, oh, I'm going to mentally think about pressing the 2 button early, and that's really all you have to do. This isn't going to be an instantaneous fix that is automatically going to make things better, but I promise you if you start thinking about electrics this way and trying to line it up this way, your brain is going to start clicking and the process of how you should be hitting electric is going to be much easier. For the final part of this video, I wanted to talk about Perfect Electric Wind God Fist and genuinely why you should not use it. Especially if you're trying to master electrics, Perfect Electric Wind God Fist is something you should actually almost never practice. This is something that you need to get consistent with electrics first, and then once you are consistently hitting electrics in-game, then maybe you can start messing around with it. But with the inconsistencies of online rank, and with at least me playing PC, and most tournaments having consoles, the delay between going to offline PC, to offline console, to online console, to online PC, to everything combined is so insanely inconsistent that it is almost impossible to consistently hit a move that requires you to be 1/60th of a second perfect. Instead, I highly suggest practicing what I'm about to show you here. Go into practice mode and set action after hit or block to punish. Change your punishment settings to record and record Kazuya doing down forward 4. Down forward 4 is a 13 frame move, meaning that if he's blocking the first one, it will trade all the time with down forward 2. We want this to trade. The reason why we want this to trade is whenever you trade with down forward 2, Perfect Electric Wind God Fist gives you significantly more frames to do. And it becomes a lot more practical and way easier to do. Because of this, what I will call pseudo-perfect Electric Wind God Fist becomes actually viable and ranked. And in my opinion, if you get just a traditional punish counter, there are so many more easier and consistent combos that will guarantee you half of their life, if not more, that is significantly easier. And if you still get a counter hit where you trade, you can still get perfect Electric Wind God Fist combos. And it's not like it's easy to hit either. It does still require very precise execution. It's just significantly easier than, again, a 1/60th of a frame perfect input. TLDR, your time will be spent a lot better practicing in ranked and practicing other important combos in practice mode than sitting here for 6 hours every single day practicing a move that you're almost never going to hit in ranked if you especially are struggling with consistency of electrics in the first place. And congratulations, you have learned everything that you genuinely need to learn to master electrics. I have been playing Tekken for only about a year now, and my consistency with electrics has all been thanks to exactly what I have told you here, and just dedication and warming up and practicing a little bit, and that is literally it. Ideally, in the grand scheme of things, electric really is not a hard concept to master once you really can get consistent with it, and it's all about being pointed in the right direction and building good habits, which hopefully this video has helped you do. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more content like it, consider liking, subscribing, and commenting down below what else you'd like to see. As always, guys, I absolutely appreciate the support, and sorry for the late videos. I've been swamped with college work. Thank you guys so much for the support as always, and I will see you guys in the next one.